Hey YouTubers, it's me Virginia, and I'm coming to you live right here from my bed. Wanted to talk to you about the meet and greet that I went to this past weekend. I'm sure you're going to be getting tons and tons of videos on the meet and greet, which will be really great because you're going to get all kinds of different perspectives from the meet and greet. I am from the class of 2008, as I believe Miss Janie here started that class of. And in 2008, I talked to many different people. Open Doors 09, or Open Doors 08, that was Amy. Tom is Wine Lover 215. Peter Rabbit. Journey to a Better Health, I think, was Donna. Norma Cervantes. You know, there were just so many people at the meet and greet from that 2008 group, and I'm so thankful that they came, and I'm so thankful that I had a chance to meet them in person. That's why I went, to meet all these people that I've developed all these relationships with, who've helped me along the way in my journey. It was an awesome weekend. One of those kinds of things that you knew ahead of time that you'd be going zoom, 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 and it wasn't going to be until days after where things start settling in and where you're experiencing what you did. Just not enough time in a weekend to do everything that you want to do and talk to everyone you want to talk to, so you just have to catch glimpses and little words here and there. One of the things that was brought to my attention that I am totally baffled with is everyone that met me, either from the 2008 group all the way up to the 2011 pre-ops or post-ops, first thing they said to me was, "You are so tiny." Tiny has never been a word in my vocabulary. I've never been described as tiny. I'm short, I'm 5'2", and I've been described as a short person, but never a tiny person. That just boggles my mind. Who'd have known that I am tiny? I certainly don't feel tiny. I know we all have issues with that body dysmorphia. And I was never fat in my head to begin with, and that's probably why I have such a difficult time with accepting me being tiny, because I never saw myself fat in the mirror. The only time I ever saw myself fat was when I saw a picture of myself, and I would go, "Oh my God, who is that? That's not me." So that's kind of weird. I would love to be a part of a study group, you know, because there are a lot of us that looked in the mirror and saw ourselves as fat and have a hard time realizing that we're thin, and we still go to racks in the stores with 28s and 20s, and you're a 10 and you don't belong over there. For me, though, I don't see myself as tiny. I just see myself as, like as my son once said, because I asked him, don't you see how much weight I've lost? Because he hasn't said anything. He goes, "Mom, you're just Mom." So I guess I look at myself and I just see myself as Virginia. I'm just Ginger in the mirror. And that's that. There's no fat or skinny involved in that, just me. When I'm dressed up and I'm, you know, looking really good, I can look at myself in the mirror and say, "Wow, I look really good." Tiny? No. Looking good? Yeah, I can go for that, but not tiny. So Miss Banded Wendy suggested that I do some videos and stand in front of something so my audience can get some type of perspective on how tiny I really am. And she suggested a refrigerator, because we all have about the same size refrigerators. So I'm going to do that, Miss Banded Wendy. I'm really going to do that. Whenever I've gone to spiritual retreats, religious retreats, I've come back all totally pumped up and full of the Spirit. And I really think that that's what these conferences are all about. You come back totally revived to do and be the best you can be. Which reminds me, I met Julie too. Be the best me, Julie. I met so many people. It was just mind-boggling. Rocky Berrigan, I'm probably saying her name wrong. I met her and her husband. Of course, Rosemary and Connie and Antonia and the BTV people I met, and oh my gosh, it's just crazy. And it was one night when they were doing the live video, which they did the whole time. I just went by and said hello and typed a few things, and somebody that was watching, a lot of somebodies were going, "Hey Virginia, you look really good," and "Hey Virginia, this," and "It's good to see you." And I'm thinking, I don't even know these people. My goodness, I should know these people. If they know me, I feel like I should know you. So I'm going to try really hard to start paying better attention to the group. Another thing I noticed a lot from my 2008 group is they don't make videos anymore. And I think it's, and I've said this before, I think it's really, really important for us to pop in every 6 months, once a year, and say, hey, it's me, I'm doing great, I'm still down X amount of pounds, I'm still looking good, I'm still feeling good, and you can do it too. You can stay on track. And this is what I do to stay on track. I think it's so important. And especially when I met one particular lady who has gained a little bit of her weight back and was very interested in knowing what I did when I came back, because I had gained a little when I went away. I think I gained probably about 10, 15, maybe even 20 pounds. I don't know, because I was so sick during all this time that I was gone. So I just know what I did to get back on track, and I made those videos. When I started back in August, I started with the Back to Basics videos, and I posted a video every single week letting people know that, you know, I am 3 years out, 2 years out, or whatever it was back in August, and you can do it too. You can get back on track. And I'm a big advocate for people that have disabilities. And can't, you know, go as gung-ho as Bandit Wendy can go. The most we can do is walk to our mailbox and back some days because we're in so much pain or something's wrong. People with fibromyalgia, people, you know, with different illnesses, it's hard for us to get in the swing of things and to start losing and getting back on track when we've gotten off track. It's really difficult. It's really difficult for the average person who doesn't have any disabilities to get back on track when they've fallen off. It's even more difficult if you have a disability. So I'm here to tell you, you can get back on track. You can start losing that weight. You can have all that renewed excitement that we had right after surgery. All those post-op, you know, you can do it. You can do it again 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later. You can do it again. Rosemary was gone for quite a while and came back from the time she had her surgery till now. She got back on track, and she's lost, you know, the rest of her weight. She may have a little bit more to go, but she did it. And use us as an example to know that even if you fall off track, you can do it again. And again and again. As many agains as you need to do, you can do it. You know, slap that pedometer on. Force yourself to walk 500 steps more today than you did yesterday. And if you get up to 500 steps and that's all you can do, that's all you can do, just stay at that number for a while. And then when you feel that you can do it, add the 550. Add the 575. You can do this in baby steps and succeed. There's no race to your weight goal. You know, there's no magic time frame that you have to lose your weight. It can be 5 years. You know, it can be 10 years. Whatever it is, don't give up. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. And know that you can keep doing this until you get it right. So that being said, I'm tiny. And I'm telling you, it felt so good to hear how tiny I was, not by just one person. Because, you know, if you hear it from one person, you go, well, that's just what they think, you know. But if you're hearing it from 3 and 4 and 5 people like I did, it starts digging in your head, wow, really, are you serious? With those kind of compliments and that kind of you know, those words, I come home with this whole renewed, all right, you know, I'm still fighting that 1 damn pound that's going to put me in normal land. And there's a whole group of people that says, oh, you don't need to do that. But then there's another group of people that understand how difficult or how important that 1 pound is to me. And I've got to do it. I've got to get that 1 pound, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to rejoice and dance when I do it. I can't allow that 1 pound to beat me. And yeah, it might just be a number on the scale. It might be just a number on the BMI chart, but it's in me and I have to do it. And if you have to do it too, I'm here to hold your hand. I'm here to say you can do this also. And I will cheer you along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video up right now. And yesterday when I got back from the meet and greet, because of my illness, I slept all day. And I couldn't even get off the couch last time. My husband had to help me up because, you know, when I stop moving, everything, you know, settles down, and it was pretty bad. So I got to bed. I woke up about 8 o'clock last night on the couch. I got up and changed, got me a snack because I hadn't eaten all day, and crawled into bed and watched Grey's Anatomy in private practice. Fell asleep, and I haven't even unpacked. So I'm going to get up, try and get moving, and get unpacked, and I'm going to try and make another video standing in front of my refrigerator and talk more about Virginia in 1975 is now tiny. I'm tiny, who would have known? So until then, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm looking forward to watching everyone's meet and greet videos, and I hope you enjoy my video as well. Talk to you later.